Ramona Shelburne, friend of the show,
Momo.
had an interesting little tidbit about what's going on with the Lakers, as she often does. Here's what she had to say. I've certainly heard that he's been busy with text messages and phone calls already. You have two recruiters now. It's not just LeBron. And of course, she's talking about that man, the brow, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, active with text messages and recruiting, and LeBron James. What do you think?
That's obvious. You have two of the top 5 players in the game. They still need to build out their roster. And so when you have those two guys on the phone trying to recruit players, it does hold weight. But ultimately, when you're picking teams, if you have your choice of the litter, you're going to go where you can get top dollar and maximize your opportunity to be productive. Just because those two guys are on the team, that doesn't mean that they're going to attract all of the top free agents.
No.
The game just doesn't work like that. And if I'm the Lakers, I'm trying to build out my roster. I have Kyle Kuzma. I'm trying to now get depth, not necessarily just spend all of the money on one guy.
Exactly. Like, do you think when LeBron and Anthony Davis text each other about who they should be recruiting, do you think they're targeting the Klay Thompsons, Kawhi Leonards of the world? Or do you think they're targeting the, like, sort of second-tier guys that can fill out the roster?
Respectfully, I think they're going after the big fish because LeBron has shown me that he has the kind of autonomy amongst players in today's game that the second and third tier guys and beyond, he can reach out to them after the main dominoes fall because they can't really make their choice. I don't believe a player that's talented as Kyrie Irving even can make his choice until he sees what happens with KD and Kawhi.
People always say that, but why couldn't a player like Danny Green and a team just come up with a deal before everyone above them has already signed?
Well, if somebody steps up and give Danny Green a blank check, he'll be there. That's how free agency works. You gotta strike while the iron is hot, and you can't sit back and wait for everybody else to do their deals because it's musical chairs. Eventually, the music gonna be stopped. And it's going to be certain people that we felt like we're going to get a big deal that won't end up with a big deal. Nobody thought that DeMarcus Cousins, when he was starting in the All-Star game last season, 2 seasons ago now, will be making $5 million playing on the Warriors.
No, for the minimum.
This past year. So it's going to be musical chairs. And eventually when the music stops, they're going to be players like, wait a minute, he didn't get a long-term big deal? So those are the guys at that point LeBron will still be able to go out and recruit.
That makes perfect sense. And I also feel like in this free agency in particular, we're going to end up covering the meetings like we cover the NBA Finals. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's what's happened the past like 4 or 5 years is like, oh, the so-and-so met with so-and-so, and this is what they had, and they had a PowerPoint, and they had a video, and then other people were there, and they had this celebrity from the city there. And I think that all just kind of draws out the process so we won't just see a bunch of people sign on July 1st and July 2nd. Do you think that's fair?
And also, the meetings can always be tricky. So for me, if you're a MVP caliber player, KD, Kawhi, and I know he got recruited in the Hamptons by the Warriors to eventually sign with them. But that was a unique circumstance, a 73-win team that just lost the championship. He joined and made the game unfair. But usually, I don't like to see elite-level players taking multiple meetings.
Yeah.
The reason why is you leave pieces of yourself too many places. They get a chance to see what makes you tick, the things you like,
What you're looking for.
and the things you don't like. And as an opponent, I can now try to use that against you.
Interesting. I never thought of that. It's very interesting, Jalen Rose. Good advice for the potential free agents that are coming out there that I'm sure are all watching this show right now.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.